It's Monday, May 25th, 2015, and let's talk about what happened this weekend over at XDAdevelopers.com. First up, I should probably mention that I'm feeling much better now, and I probably sound a lot better too, so thank you guys so much for your concern. This weekend, Xiaomi announced they're going to be having an open sale on Flipkart starting today and tomorrow, May 25th and 26th, for the Mi 4i, and it's priced just under 13,000 rupees, so just over $200. Elephone has announced another device, the P4000, which has a MediaTek MT6735 processor, 1GB of RAM, LTE, and a ridiculously large 4600 mAh battery, for just under $130 US. Also, an Nvidia employee has confirmed through the GeForce forums that there's actually going to be a 500GB Pro version of the Nvidia SHIELD TV, and it should be available for $299 when the $199 16GB version goes on sale. I'll be honest, I don't foresee them selling an awful lot of the 16GB units with just a $100 price difference between the two. Moving right along, a research paper that came out of Cambridge University has revealed that when you factory reset your Android device, it may not actually be completely wiping out your data, which would allow login info, text messages, emails, and even contacts to be recovered. That said, from reading through some of their material, all the devices they tested were running Android version 2.3 to 4.3, so it's possible that the factory reset works better in newer devices, but they did say that it was plausible that newer devices are also going to be affected. They also only tested 21 different devices, so it's possible that other devices were not affected as well. Still, definitely a scary prospect, considering that I'm someone that reviews an awful lot of devices and sends them back after factory resetting them. And with that, we'll move on to some updates. Going back to Nvidia for a moment, they released Android 5.1 for the SHIELD Tablet this weekend. The release info says that it should improve display performance with a global tone mapping feature, and they've improved pairing with the SHIELD controller. I received the update early on Saturday morning, so I really haven't had any time to mess with it yet, but either way, it's nice to see them continuing to provide support for it. Download links for the update can be found in the forum if you haven't received it yet. Sony also started rolling out Lollipop to the Xperia Z this weekend, and the FTF files for the US and Hong Kong variants of it have been captured and made available in the forum. Speaking of Sony though, they also provided updated binaries for AOSP Lollipop version 5.1 for a bunch of different Xperia devices, so if you've been trying to build a newer version of Android for any of those, and you didn't have the drivers that you needed, now you might have a little bit of an easier time. The original Moto G also received its update to Android 5.02 this weekend, which has now been captured and made available. And now moving on to some stories from the forum. The Nexus Player has now received an official build of TWRP, thanks to Deez Troy, and apparently he's been quite busy with that device, because he also put out a post over on Google Plus showing you how you can expand the 4 gigs of user accessible storage by using an OTG connection. XDA recognized developer Arter97 also released an unofficial build of Xposed for TouchWiz based Lollipop ROMs, though it does not work on 64-bit ROMs or Android 5.1 based ROMs yet, so do keep that in mind. And something that I saw that I just thought was a great idea, XDA forum member Devin Sloan has started a thread in the Galaxy S6 forum with weekly photography challenges. The first challenge he set is a sunset challenge, do with that what you will. So if you've got an S6 and you want to jump in and participate, you can go ahead and do that. If you don't have the S6, you could always create a similar thread in your own devices forum and start up your own challenge, I suppose. With a lot of these newer devices, the cameras are just amazing, so I really look forward to seeing what everybody comes up with. And to wrap things up, a couple of stories from the portal. First, a discussion thread came out asking, other than XDA, what's your favorite Android-related site? Then there was a Sunday debate asking whether or not smaller bezels on a device are actually worth it. And then there was a video posted to XDA TV this weekend too, where TK unboxed the LG G4 and gave his first impressions. I received an LG G4 myself this weekend as well, and I'm probably going to be doing a quick review of it later this week over on my channel if you'd like to see that, so make sure to go check out my channel. But you know what, that's going to be about all from me for today. You can find the links to all the stories that I talked about down in the video description as usual, as well as the links to my YouTube channels. Remember, if you like this video, please do leave us a like down below the video. We definitely appreciate it, and subscribe to receive all of our content as soon as it becomes available. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.